Welcome back to Comically. My name is Lee and this is 94.3 Radio 1. Don't forget to like, subscribe and of course keep sharing our content and comment as well. Today we're going to talk about the future of the MCU. What happened, what the timeline is exactly looking like at the moment and what we can expect in the future movies and how it'll all tie together in a nice little bow. Hopefully, let's see. Now let's take a look at what happened in Loki Season 2 at the end of it, right? At the end of Loki Season 1, we saw Loki come back to the TVA and he starts time slipping, right? This means he's in past, present and future simultaneously at times and he has to fix this. Now once he fixes this, he tries to save the timeline and the multiverse in general, right? Now what happened to the multiverse? Kang was pruning all the timelines in which he wasn't born so that he who remains stays in power. None of the Kang variants are born and it's just one single timeline. That's what the TVA was supposed to do and they thought they were protecting everyone by doing it, right? But once they had a change of heart, of course, the TVA released the timeline and of course the multiverse in general and all the Kang variants came into play. We saw this happen when we witnessed the Council of Kangs in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. At the end of it, we saw all the Kangs from all the different timelines come together, right? But there was a sinister plot in the background. He who remains actually planned out all of this. In fact, he was the one who created this entire mess in the first place. He who remains knew he was going to be killed by Loki's variant Sylvie and of course set the things in motion. He made Miss Minutes convince Renslayer to drop the diary of Kang into the hands of Victor Timely, who of course is the past version of He Who Remains. It's like a snake eating his own head. If you know what the reference is, you've seen Loki Season 2, right? Now once Loki masters his time slipping, he is able to understand this is all just a plot from He Who Remains. And they have a conversation at the end of it and he stops time and he removes things and then you see Loki in his full potential. He has spent almost 2 centuries studying quantum physics and a whole lot more and trying to save the multiverse. And every time he tries this, it just goes back to the beginning. You know, he keeps going back in a loop, in a loop, in a loop. And he finally realizes that he is the one who has to save everything. He is the one who has to take on the mantle of being the new god of the MCU and holding everything together. He finally gets a throne that he wants, but for the right reasons this time. He collects all the timelines and imbues it with his magic. And thus, he creates the new multiverse. And the multiverse looks a lot like Yggdrasil, which is actually the tree of life in the Norse mythology. How will they tie in the new franchises and the new characters and new elements coming into the MCU? They've been kind of keeping the X-Men out for a while now, and we want to see the X-Men in. In fact, they teased it in Marvels at the end of it. The post-credit scene teased the X-Men come into the MCU. Because Loki has let the timeline survive and grow and flourish, we're going to see the TVA in a new role altogether. And this begs the question, what is the role of the TVA in the MCU going forward? In the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer, we get to see Paradox, Mr. Paradox, a TVA agent, as well as the TVA in general. And they say that Wade Wilson is special. Why is he special? Could be 2 reasons. Number 1 is because he's immortal. He has a super healing factor. He can pretty much enter into timelines and not die and do whatever he wants over there. Or number 2, he's a Nexus being. Now Nexus beings are like canon events from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, where these are important characters that have to be in place for the story to line to continue, basically, right? Like it's a story that is kind of weaved in through. So for this to keep moving forward, you need these characters to be there in the multiverse. But whatever they mean, why does Wade need Wolverine? Now this duo, Deadpool and Wolverine, is very common in the comics, but we've never seen them on screen together, apart from, of course, X-Men Origins Wolverine, which we won't even talk about at the moment. Even Deadpool went there and kind of shot himself there. He's just like, no, this is not what we want to see at all, not what we want to see at all. But how many variants will we see? How many more characters will be coming into this movie? Now, some potential variants that we might see in the movie are Dogpool, who they've kind of confirmed actually, Lady Deadpool, who is going to be pretty cool, I would say, as well as Snatch, a variant of Wolverine. Who will they be played by? Will Hugh Jackman play all of them? Or will we have a cameo by Daniel Radcliffe? Questions that have to be answered. I also feel like Danny DeVito should definitely come in this movie because that's the fan favorite, you know. And the reason why that is, I'll give you a small little clue, is because Danny DeVito is actually the same height, the exact height of Wolverine in the comics. He isn't as tall as a 6'2" Hugh Jackman. He's actually 4'11". No jokes. Deadpool will be going into the MCU. He is finally entering into the MCU. What does the Fox statue in the background mean? The Fox logo in the background mean? We'll all have to find out. There's only so much we can theorize from just a teaser trailer, right? But here's my thoughts. Here's my thoughts of what's going to happen in the new phase of the MCU. Phase 5 and Phase 6 beyond, right? Deadpool is going to come into the MCU and bring the X-Men with him into this world, which of course is the whole Yggdrasil. That's what we're witnessing right now, right? And I also feel like he's going to be changing certain key MCU moments, as well as maybe saving some characters. Maybe he's going to save Quicksilver. That's what people are thinking, because in the shot, in the trailer, it does look like Sokovia. That's where they're in. Sokovia right now. Maybe it also ties into WandaVision. Will we see Wanda in there? Who knows what's going to happen? Another thought is that in the end of Multiverse of Madness, Madness, we saw Clea and Doctor Strange fight off to save an incursion, right? So what if this is that incursion they're gonna save? What if Deadpool bringing the entire X-Men into this world is what they're gonna save? Again, we'll have to wait and find out, because that is also a very important factor in the multiversal saga. But the presence of the TVA in this movie might indicate a little bit more, and I'm so curious to see Mobius in the TVA. Will they ever reference Loki? But the next question is, who is the next big bad of the MCU? Thanos was a great villain. He was amazing. He was terrifying. He had a vision at the same time, and he was just downright spine-chilling, right? But Kang had that same feeling when he first came on screen. With the whole Jonathan Majors fiasco, and once Marvel fired him off the role of Kang, will we see the entire storyline shelved, or will they just replace the actor and do it? And I feel like with the whole introduction of the Fantastic Four, we have a whole lot to look forward to in the next few phases of the MCU. We also have a whole lot of X-Men coming our way, as well as Blade. Blade is going to drop into the MCU. Well, of course, for more information, keep watching Comically, and I'll see you next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, as well as tell us what your thoughts are on the future of the MCU. Comment below and we'll have a conversation. Cheers, have a nice one, bye-bye.